Okay, now we have already talk about the the this the content here and the distribution. So I'll make it. Next session will be the transformations. In transformation, you have the random scaling, random rotation, and the random offset. Here in my option here, it has already enabled here. Random scale means that means randomly scale the plant to different size in the set of range. So here you have the x, y, z. It will depend on the the x minimum and the maximum x value, and the y will be different. Will be the maybe the minimum value and the maximum value. You can differentiate it. Maybe you can do it to a 140. That's truly can be happen. So that means the each in scatter pattern. So there will be random scaling type here. If you just disable it, all will be same time. Okay, hope you're clear about it. You have to do it. I mean, you have to give certain number of here. If you want to make it very unique here, what you can do is I'll make it 120 and I'll make it 160 and I'll make it to maybe 50 kz. So now you can see a lot of height difference because of that option here. And again, similar to the random scaling, you have the random rotation. It randomly rotate the plant to different direction within certain range. I mean, I'm not gonna go through each and everything because it's pretty easy to understand. So you have the minimum and the maximum value in between the inside your scatter. All the assets and the vegetations will be act according to these rules here. Okay. And finally, you have the random offset. That means randomly moves the plant with the range of X, Y, Z. So axis. So I hope you're clear about it. I mean, these kind of pretty basic stuff, but there's a the limitation. You can customize it to between the minimum and the maximum values. So accordingly, if you just enable these things, I mean, by default it has been enabled here. By default, you will be enabled, and you will have pretty very decent scenes because of these kind of options here. I mean, in DeFi team they have think about a lot of these things. I mean, when they are releasing this DeFi scatter, because this kind of a things is very important when you are doing so much of landscape works. There's another option called the seed, which related to DeFi scatter here. So what the seed actually does is, I mean, it randomly arrange the overall global growth effects. So you can, the manually enter, either you can enter manually or you can click this icon to be more random. I mean, DeFi will select a very suitable, the value from here. So here you can see randomly it has been changing. So that means DeFi will automatically do it. Or otherwise you can do maybe 400 here by manually, and it will be acted accordingly. So if you are clear about it, I mean, it usually do the the randomness arrangement of the the overall global growth effect. So very easy about these things. I mean, but it's pretty easy to have more accurate, more realism to your project.